Yo, what's up, man? You got the Bringing the Business crew in the house, man. BC and Nick, man. What's going on, Nick?
Man, I'm chilling, man. What's going on with you? How your morning doing so far, man?
Man, I'm having a great morning, man. I can't complain about nothing, man. Sun shining, you know what I'm saying? I'm up, man, and man, I can't complain about nothing, man. Straight up.
Hey, well, while we
Man, I
talking about your
start
morning, hold on,
man, I
before
start
you
before you get in there, man, I start
go.
graduate school tomorrow.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah. Okay.
excuse me. Yeah, I actually start tomorrow, man. So kind of got butterflies a little bit, just for the unknown, but I'm excited at the same time. So yeah, that's what's going on with me right now. So I'm a student again, man. I ain't been in school since 2005, bro. I got my bachelor's in '05. So um, I'm going online classes. So I've been online, man. So much technology, man. Everything, obviously it's an online class, so everything
Yeah.
is online. Like you gotta, man. The library is online, the just everything. So I've just been trying to navigate this, what I'm saying, this computer thing and this IT part of the situation. So yeah, that's what I got. I'm bringing the business in this classroom, man.
For sure. Hey, man, look, it's crazy because I tell people all the time, man, I don't know if I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, congratulations to you even doing it, man. Because I know for me, like, I don't even know if I got the patience to go back to school. Bro.
I
You
see
know
a
what I'm
light at
saying?
the I see a light at the end of the tunnel. It's a year program total. That's with my student
Oh, okay,
teaching. That's with everything. Like this time next year, I'll be done. If it,
okay.
I ain't gonna say if everything go, when everything goes the way that it's
Yeah.
supposed to go and on track and everything like that, it's exactly a year program, bro. So
Okay.
you know what? A year is gonna pass either way. A
Oh,
year is
yeah.
gonna a year is gonna go by either way. So either I can look up this time next year and don't have my shit, or look up this time next year and be walking across somebody's stage, man. You know what I'm
Yeah, for
saying?
sure.
So that's how I look at it, man. Why wait? Why sit back? A year is gonna go by anyway, and,
So, I
and
mean, you ready to be
it's
doing
gonna
something.
fly by. It's gonna fly by. I gotta buckle down. It's gonna be some ups and downs. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying. But I think it's gonna be well worth it in the end. So I'm excited about this new journey, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure. You'll be good, man. For sure.
appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, again, we talked about this a while ago. Um, we actually did a whole segment on this about
Okay.
saying something and then being ahead of the curve with the, you know what I'm saying, with the, with the others media when it comes to sports topics or other topics. So anybody know, you know what I'm saying, one of the places you can find us at, along with YouTube, along with Instagram, we bring the business of TikTok, all that. We got a cracking Facebook page, right? So I do a lot of my posting and everything in there. And so I remember posting a couple things. I remember posting about the empty calories and the superstars, and maybe the
Hmm.
superstars needing to join some of these young guys opposed to joining together. And
Yeah.
I was watching Rasheed, Rasheed Wallace and Bonzi Wells got a little podcast now. I'm watching them, and they had a segment on KD yesterday, and they
Uh-huh.
said, man, maybe he needs to be a second option to one of these young boys. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? They say because his winning, his scoring and his whatever is not leading to this, that, and the other. But people told me I was a fool when I said that months ago or a month or so ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm
About a
like,
month ago.
but now people saying it. Now the media is saying it, and I'm seeing people like, oh yeah, maybe so, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But I said I was crazy. Then another one in particular, I'm gonna send it to you. I posted it and everything. Um, I had posted on May 3rd. May 3rd, I posted.
Okay.
I said KD needs to go. Hold on, I want to read it. I want to read it verbatim. I posted this on May 3rd. I say the Knicks. Hold on. And maybe I don't know if it's my word and they get people up, get the panics in a bunch or what. But I say the Knicks is a place where KD can win as a second option. I say, and the Suns can use Randall. Right? 2 days ago, First Take had a segment. Did I send it? I sent you that. You see
I
that
think you
shit?
sent it to me. Yeah.
They like, how about KD for Julius Randle and some picks? Or so, you know what I'm saying? But when I posted it and when I said it, motherfuckers was like, man, you off your rocker. You know what I'm saying? But now, First Take saying it, now motherfucker, oh man, that ain't such a bad deal. Come on, man, this shit.
The crazy thing is we've been doing this now for 2 years. And I admit, for me, it kind of took me a while to see, like, because I started to go back and tell you. So what happened was this. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I started to go back to our old episodes. And start to watch our old episodes, right? And I started to think to myself, like, well, we come up with a lot of this shit before people saying stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And so then I started to kind of like go with like our episodes that we was doing. And then I started to pay more attention now because I wasn't really paying attention to like the other outlets. We was doing ours or whatever, and I read certain things here and there, whatever. But I'll be like, man, hold on, man. We saying this shit before people saying it. And that's after I started to really, realize that shit. You know what I'm saying? I really started to pay attention to it. After I started to go back into our past episodes and start to listen to the certain things we was talking about and like the different things we would come up with, and we'd have a whole episode on it. I started to kind of start looking at different social media outlets, different podcasts, or different ESPN, shit like that. And I was like, man, hold on, man. That's when I said to you that on that particular episode, I said, man, look, we coming out with this shit before people saying stuff.
Fucking right. And see, it's showing me a couple things, man. Everybody not gonna see what you see, or everybody not gonna even care about what you care about, or everything ain't for everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you can't let that stop you from putting out what you know that you know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing about it. We ain't putting out no garbage and no trash, bro. Like we putting out quality shit, quality episodes, quality information, quality shit like that. So motherfuckers will catch on later on. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will catch on later on. And then there's another thing, bro. Everybody not going to agree with you, even in your inner circle, even in the people around you or whatever like that. Like you just said earlier, we had episode and that's a great thing. We don't agree on everything, right? But one thing you will see though, sometimes people ain't going to agree with you or they ain't going to whatever because you're close to them. You know what I'm saying? People won't help you, but they'll help a motherfucker that they don't know or some shit. Or people won't watch you or won't support you, but they'll go watch, some of the bigger outlets because they already made it instead of pushing you to where you make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I say something or when you say something or when we say something on here, it's shit. But then Stephen A or somebody else, Stephen A or somebody else said they could take that to the bank. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I'ma just, man, when that shit come to me, because one thing motherfuckers don't understand, right? I like this debating shit, right? I like this shit talking shit, whatever. Right. So one thing motherfuckers don't understand, bro. Once something hit me and I see something or whatever, I'm gonna go do some research behind it because I don't like egg on my face or I don't like to look crazy or whatever like that. I ain't gonna be right all the time. That ain't what I'm saying. But you best believe you got a fight on your hands. You know what I'm saying? Right. With the shit I say, I got some shit to back up what I say. Like, once I say something, you can't just throw one blow at me and you didn't bust my theory or my point. No, it ain't work like that. You're gonna have to peel back some layers before you know what I'm saying, get to it. So when you put that type of work in and put that type of research in, you stand on that shit, man. And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what I do. And that's when I see a lot of it, and I just laugh at a lot of this shit when I see it come back on, watching one of the shows or it come down my phone or something. And I just laugh like, Hey, I said this shit, Dad, or man, we brought that shit, we brought the business on that a month ago. Or we brought the business on that, you know what I'm saying, this far ago.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
man, that's
yeah.
how that goes, man.
And it's we basically what we're talking about is we in this shit for the long haul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I was driving last night and I think I saved it. I'll send it to you. So they was talking about the power of saying I am.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the power
You
of saying
notice, not to cut you off, you notice I changed my said when I say, and if I finish this into I am gonna finish, like it's power on the tongue.
Yeah. So I was like, and I said one of my things I was saying to myself is like, and I said I am, but it's really in reference to us. And I was like, I am going to make sure that we make this big. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no if we make it big or nothing like that. So however long it's gonna take. You know what I'm saying? If we 50 and it hit, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well whatever.
All right.
That's when it hit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's what pretty much what we're talking about. Like we coming up with shit that obviously we're not getting to the masses yet.
Yeah.
But when people come back and look at these past episodes that we've done, they're gonna be like, them niggas was on to something from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We just weren't tuning in.
Man, Master P was selling shit out their trunk, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We out the trunk right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We selling our CDs out the trunk right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all that shit is, but it's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
already, you know, because when we do get the people who do listen, you know what I'm saying? People, damn, boy, you know, and it's so funny. I told you I can't really recall right now, but the shit, man, I lit up one day, man, out in the streets, just like in the stores or something. And motherfucker like, man, you old boy from bringing the business, you know. And you know, obviously we on a small scale, but I'm like, damn, boy, I'm yeah, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So, man, when you don't think, like, I got a sign up in my classroom where it say, you know, you heard the saying where it say integrity is doing the right thing, even when you think ain't nobody watching. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you may not think nobody watching, bro, but motherfuckers picking up on it. But what you got to worry about is motherfuckers stealing your material. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we coming with quality shit.
Yeah.
So
and we
motherfuckers
such
like
on a small scale right now to the
Yeah.
point where, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know who watching. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
because you know, like how we do our videos and do our episodes, like you can hit on something on us and listen to it for a minute, and they be like, man, that shit was good. Let me go ahead and throw that shit on our shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, that's that, man. Hey,
I just say give us our credit, goddamn it. Shit.
most definitely. And hey, you know another thing I tell motherfuckers, bro. I be watching some of these shows. I be sitting up thinking like, I eat this motherfucker alive, man. If they set me on the other side of them, G. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
and I understand that a lot of them guys they paid their dues. They were journalists.
Yeah.
They were, you know what I'm saying. So I'm not trying to say that they up there because of nothing. You know what I'm saying. Some of them were former players who, you know what I'm saying. But it's like some of the takes they have, some of the shit they say, I'd be like, no, that's stupid. Or I'd be sitting there looking at the other motherfucker sitting there like, you let them get away with saying that? You ain't poke a hole in this theory. All you had to do was say this, or all you had to do was, you know what I'm saying, say that. So it's like, man, I would poke a hole in a lot of these motherfucker theories of these so-called stars that's at these desks, you know what I'm saying, putting this shit out. So
But you guys, I mean, I know we're gonna move on from this, but what I was about to say was what you gotta look at it is like this. The reason why they get their views and they get they because of their name.
Right.
Like if you was BC ex NFL player, we wouldn't be having this problem right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I was Nick White, who, you know, played a couple years in the league, you know what I'm saying, we wouldn't be having this problem right now.
Because, but don't even it ain't no problem though. It's just building.
I mean, nah. I mean, it ain't. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no problem. I don't look at it that, you know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying though. I don't, you know, but you just said a minute ago, power wasn't your words. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, he
it
gonna
ain't
get there
no
regardless.
it ain't no problem. And just look at, you know what I'm saying, the growth, man, nigga. We was sitting behind a table talking. You know what I'm saying? And now, man, we done been across the country. We done been, you know what I'm saying, somewhere everywhere, man. So, man, we doing this thing, man. Motherfuckers better tune in and get in tune for it. You know what I'm saying? Be one of the first. You better be one of the first ones on. You know what I'm saying? On boat on this boat, man. You know, that's how this thing going. Hey, so last night, you know what I'm saying, real quick, last night, the Minnesota Timberwolves got beat, and Dallas, you know what I'm saying, beat them. They going to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to the Dallas Mavericks. I didn't see that coming, like when the playoffs started and shit like that, or you know, definitely when the year started or when the playoffs started. You couldn't have told me that Dallas was going to the final. I saw on the other end with Boston, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't see Dallas doing what they did. I didn't see Minnesota knocking off the people that they knocked off in the fashion that they did to go and win either. So even though they lost, shit like that, man, you got to give them a lot of credit. You got to give Ant-Man a lot of credit for growing up right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying, and doing what he did. Obviously, you got to give Luka and Kyrie and Jason Kidd and those other guys credit for, you know what I'm saying, for beating this young Minnesota team and in the fashion that they did. But first, I just want to say something about Minnesota before I get to Dallas. Minnesota, again, as a team, as an organization, as that young star that they got, Ant-Man, you have nothing to hang your heads about. You know what I'm saying? You came in. I would love to see the odds that they had coming into the year to get to the Western Conference Finals, and even in the playoffs. So when the playoffs started, nobody really saw them. You know, even if you did see them beating Phoenix, you didn't see them beating them in the fashion that they did. And then a lot of people didn't see them beating Denver. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get them a lot of kudos for doing what they did. Now, on the negative side of it, they need another star to go along with Ant-Man. I don't really know the position because I like what's the boy McDaniels. You know what I'm saying? I like him. McDaniels. Yeah, I like him because he is a defender. You know what I'm saying? He's streaky where he can get hot and do all that. So I don't really want to stunt his growth by sending him to the pine. You know what I'm saying? But that may be the position where you're forced to get the help at. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe your force comes from not starting Cat and Rudy at the same time, because in a lot of ways that may not be as effective as people think it is. Mike Conley is getting older. Mike Conley like 36, so you might need to bring a new body in, a fresher body to run that, you know what I'm saying, run next to Ant-Man at that point. So I think that he need another star. Karl-Anthony Towns is not that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not that guy. He played okay yesterday, you know, scored 28, I think like 28 and 12 or whatever. But I just look at just him this series and last series, and I just never been a fan of him, period. He's not a second option. Looking at Rudy Gobert, he's not the defender that people think he is. He's a good defender, but generational defender where he wins 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, he's not that. What people think he is, he's not that. So I just think Minnesota got to find a way to retool and get another player to go alongside Anthony Edwards. Now you keep Cat maybe as your third option, but he's not that second option that you need to get over the hump with Anthony Edwards.
I agree with you on the Cat one. What frustrates me about Cat is he want to go in there and shoot that jumper, but as he showed you in that last game, even though they lost, he shows that he can hit the boards. He's choosing not to do these things.
Correct.
That's what pisses me off about Cat. He's choosing not to give you 12 rebounds. He's choosing not to go down in the paint and bang and do what he's supposed to do to get those points down low. He's choosing that. That's what pisses me off about him. What I think I mean, they could survive with Rudy. They could survive with Rudy and him in there. I think the move that needs to be made is, and I love Mike Conley, love him to death. You need to get you a point guard that can score at a high clip. When a high clip, I mean, it's going to at least give you 15 to 20 a game. It's going to at least give you 7 to 8 assists. You know what I'm saying? And scrappy on that defense, along with what they got going on with the defense right now. That's the change I would make. That's the move I would make. I mean, Rudy Gobert is a good defender. Like, I agree with you on him being an all-world defender. Absolutely not. But for what they do, he's a rim protector, you know. But when you start to switch him out on guards, you can't blame him for that. He's 2'7"? I don't give a fuck how good of a defender you are. You 7'2", you ain't guarding no guard, bro. You're not stopping no point guard. You're not stopping no shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? Luka cooked his ass in game. Was that game 3 or game something? Man, he cooked his ass.
You know what I'm saying? Caught him out there on that island.
But that's what the NBA is now. When you look at it, they're doing the picks to get the switch to a favorable matchup. Now, if you're going to blame Rudy for that, then that's not really his fault because he can't guard that. Now, when he getting gamed by a center or a power forward, then okay, you could talk shit about that. So I mean, let me show you something.
Let me show you something real quick. Not to cut you off. Let me show you something.
Go ahead.
In this series, right? This series went 5 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we know Rudy's not going to score. His high in this game, in this series, he scored 16, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
From a defensive side, this man has 4 blocks this series.
Mm-hmm.
4.
That's good. That's good coaching though. Think about it like this. I mean, and I'm not saying I'm a Rudy fan. And I'm also not saying that he should have won 4 Defensive Player of the Year award. But what I am saying is, as a coach, you're going to game plan to make sure that he's away from the rim opposed to being at the rim. You know what I'm saying? So what they're doing is, if you go back and watch the series, like, we can look at numbers. But you also got to look at the games. They're pulling him away from the rim, they're switching. So he's guarding small forwards and guards, you know what I'm saying? So where's your rim protection? Your rim protection has to be cat at that point because they're switching purposely to get him in that matchup.
Okay, so that's when he becomes unplayable in a lot of series, right? Over the years, you see him, they pull him out, right? Okay. Do you know, go back and look over the history of the league. Do you know of any other defensive specialists ever, whatever position they in, ever get pulled for defensive purposes?
They didn't, because the league now is different from then.
Okay, do you see Bam? Do you see Bam getting pulled for defense?
Probably not, but
do you see
Bam was he a defensive player of the year?
No, but I'm saying, Bam is supposed to be a defender. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a defender.
But he also not 7 foot some though, B.
Okay, so stop saying it. And I ain't saying you, but I'm saying, so stop saying that this guy is this all-world defender if he's a one-dimensional, he's a one-dimensional fucking defender, bro. Because most people that's generational when it comes to defense, you can't take them away easily like you can him. Like you just said, okay, we're finna pick and roll his ass and pull him out of there, right? So we're gonna make him unplayable. Bro, whatever era you was in, right? Okay, back then it was a big man era, right? Right? And it was a big guard era. You know, it was all about being big back in our day, right? You never heard them say we got to pull Gary Payton out because them guards too big, or they posting him up, or anything like that. You never heard them say that about Scottie Pippen, like, man, we can't play Scottie because this, that, and the other, whatever. You never heard them say we got to pull Ben Wallace out because Shaq too big, or this happens, or them guard. No other defensive presence, defensive juggernaut in the history of basketball had to be pulled out for defensive purposes. Whatever reason you want to give me, it has never happened before but him. So, he's not the defensive juggernaut that people make him out to be, is my point.
Yeah. No, and I agree with your point, but I also gonna come back on you with this, is that the league is different than it was then. Every person that you name is not 7 foot. No person that you named that defense was 7 foot is 7 foot that you just named.
Okay, I got one for you. I got one for you. I got one for you. We're gonna wait on this one, right? But I'm just putting in your head now. We're gonna wait on this one, and we're gonna come back to this in 2-3 years. You think they're gonna pull Wemby out for defensive purposes?
I gotta think about that.
You see what I'm saying? Wemby 7, whatever. But Wemby gonna be able to switch. He gonna be able to guard his man one-on-one. He gonna be able to do all this shit. We ain't gonna pull. I bet you they not gonna pull Wemby out for this.
They probably wouldn't. But I mean,
they don't pull. I know he's not as tall as Gobert, but he's a footer like him. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. They don't pull Anthony Davis out for defensive purposes.
No, they don't.
Because he can move his feet and do other shit. Yeah. He's really a better defender than Gobert, G.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But Gobert got 4 defensive player of the year. But AD is a better defender than him.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. I'm just saying that what I'm saying, I mean, we in agreement on as far as him, should he have gotten 4? No. Is he an all-world defender? No. Is he a good defender? Yes.
Yeah.
But is he a liability in certain situations? It's been obviously seen in multiple series. You know what I'm saying, that he is. My thing is, while I'm saying is some of it is unfair because you're expecting a 7 foot somebody with his athleticism. I'll say that. You're expecting a 7 footer with his athleticism to guard a point guard, a shooting guard, and a small forward at the top of the key. It's not going to happen with him.
I expect you to be able to hold your ground against Joker.
No, absolutely. But I expect you to hold your ground against Joker, but also Joker cold, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like AD couldn't even hang with Joker. You know what I'm saying? You say AD a better defender than Rudy is. And AD get cooked by Joker. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta what I'm saying there, and I get it. But you gotta give me something. You can't get burned by the guards. You can't get burned by the switch. You can't guard the center. Like, you gotta give me something there. You're not even coming on to help defense and blocking shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you bring there? I get. Only thing y'all telling me is what he can't do or what's not fair to him. So why is he generational then?
He's not.
That's what I'm saying. That's what people got to explain to me. How is he generational if everything is unfair to him?
Yeah, he's not though. He's a good defender. He's a good rim protector. You know what I'm saying? But is he a generational defender? Absolutely not.
He got 4. I mean, he's gonna go to the Hall of Fame because he got 4 defensive. Think about
absolutely.
that. He's gonna go to the Hall of Fame, bro.
He is. First ballot. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. But, I mean.
Man.
Hold on right quick. It's been on record of a couple people who had votes have came out and said, man, I shouldn't have voted for him.
I don't understand where did you see that shit in the first place, though?
Because you know what I think it is, though, B, to be honest with you? I think that when everybody else voting a certain way, it kind of sways your vote, you know what I'm saying? Because you feel like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I know you wouldn't do that, but what I'm saying is, I think when you in that upper echelon of the media, when you actually get a vote, and people are like, man, you know, well, we wrote both for Rudy because Rudy did this, and they show you different little highlights, and so you like, damn, yeah, he kind of cool. You kind of get swayed in that shit, but then when you see him getting cooked, series after series after series, you start to think like, man, I don't know if I made the right decision. But also, you gotta look at it like this too, though. It is a regular season vote.
Yeah.
So I mean, if regular season he killing, you know what I'm saying, and then nobody really game planning against him like you are in a series, then he's probably
But you've
gonna look
seen
like a
this
great
year
defender.
after year him have to get pulled. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, you know how like they give somebody an MVP award and then they go in the playoffs and they get swept or something, and you be like, man. So you know they say that sways their votes the next time around. Like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
We finna stop getting this motherfucker the MVP until he finally do something in them playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We seen that with, I've heard that with Giannis before he broke through, because remember, he won his first 2 MVPs before he actually got the chip. Same thing with Joker. They was like, man, you know what? We ain't getting Joker no more until he win. That's how Embiid got it last year, instead of Joker winning 3 in a row. You know what I'm saying? They should have known from seeing previous situations with Rudy that we can't get him this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? You can't get him that no more.
I
So
mean,
I'm gonna say this about Cat. I already talked about Cat. Ant-Man. That boy don't need to hang his head for nothing, man. 22 years old. You just went on a hell of a run. You know what I'm saying? You did shit that people didn't think you were gonna do. You put your name in the hat with the face of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You put your name in that hat for the race for that. You know what I'm saying? You show your box office. You show that you really like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem. People, man, he humble. Shut up. And no, because one thing I like about him, he talk when he up and he talk when he down. You know what I'm saying? Now, he ain't no front runner where he winning, he talk that shit. No, Shorty be down and he talk, man, look here, I'm still coming, man. Or, you know what I'm saying, nigga, we ain't never out of this shit. Or we ain't, you know what I'm saying? I can roll with a nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? Now if he lose and he down and he tucking his tail and that's some other shit. But he was down, he lost 3 in a row in that Denver series, and he was talking shit like he, you know what I'm saying? Like he finna close them people out. He told that equipment manager, nigga, we coming back. We'll be here game 7 to Denver. You know what I'm saying? Like he told him like after game 5, you know what I'm saying? When they just lost 3, he had to go back to Minnesota. Then he got to stay alive in Minnesota. Then he got to win in Dallas. They say he told equipment people in Denver, we finna win this shit, bro. Like we'll be back here. Don't lock this locker room up or whatever the case is. I like a nigga like that, man. You know what I'm saying? He took over the leading role as a leader, you know what I'm saying, of that franchise and everything like that. So, man, Shorty, just keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing all that. You're growing 22 years old. And hey, man, ain't nothing bad to say about Shorty, man.
Yeah, the sky's the limit for Ant. The only thing is, just hope that the franchise give him the pieces that he needs to further the growth of that team. You know what I'm saying? It seems like that's what they're trying to do. Like I said, like you said at the beginning, I just feel like the next step will probably be getting a better point guard. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Conley is exceptional. It's just that he older now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Conley gave you all he could. You know what I'm saying? At 36, he's battling some stuff too. You know, I think it was a calf injury or something like that. He's battling, gave you all he could, but I think the next step for them, because I don't want to break up the defensive mindset that they have with those young boys they get.
Right.
So I would get a point guard with the same kind of defensive mindset, give you about 15, 20 a game, 7 to 8 assists, you know what I'm saying, to kind of help him out with the playmaking and stuff, you know what I'm saying, because he need another person to do the playmaking, you know what I'm saying, where Ant could do more slashing, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because he kind of one of the only ones that can get their own shot consistently.
Yes, absolutely. He the only one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He the only one that can do it.
But
so,
You know one thing I don't like though. And I know we finna wrap it up in a minute. You know one thing I don't like. I'm seeing a trend. Every time somebody loses in the in the playoffs, people talk about they don't have no bench. I'm hearing that now with Minnesota. Like, man, now, because, you know, if you go back and look at the stat sheet now, like last night and all that, the bench didn't produce. You know what I'm saying? But you can't, people can't keep calling these teams deep. And then when they get their ass smoked, they ain't got no bench or they ain't. Because think about it. You heard that last year with Denver. I mean, last series with Denver. Man, they got to, you know, they bench ain't do this. Ooh. You heard that with Phoenix, man. And I know Phoenix bench is. You heard that with the Lakers. At first, when the Lakers made all them trades, oh, okay, this the team. Now they need a bench. So that's the trend that I'm saying that we got to stop. No, that other team just beat them, and that other team is just better. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Now, do you need to tweak and add pieces? Yes, most definitely. But you can't use that as no excuse as the bench is not this or not that when, you know what I'm saying, or the supporting cast or whatever like that when you get your ass smoked, because you don't use that as an excuse when you up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear no more about these benches not being shit after people after they've been winning with these same teams, but then when they get their ass beat, all of a sudden now the bench ain't, or the supporting cast ain't, you know what I'm saying, ain't like that. Unless you consistently, I've been saying this about Cat and Rudy and them even when they were winning. I've seen these holes and these issues with them even when they were winning. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That Minnesota team is a good team. They need to tweak some things and they need to add some pieces, this, that, and the other. But that's a good team. I'm gonna say this real quick. I got a trade for you. I don't know if the money matches up. I wouldn't do it if I was the other team. Mm-hmm. Honestly, if I was the other team, I wouldn't do it due to what I see. But possibly, maybe I will because you get a little younger or whatever like that. But what helped Minnesota? Rudy, and this how much I think the person will help him. Where I'm willing to give up both of these pieces. I give you Rudy and Cat for AD.
Oh man,
I'm gonna give you Rudy and Cat for AD because AD gonna provide that second that scoring that we talking about. He gonna provide that scoring we talking about, and he gonna provide the defense that we talking about.
Damn, B. I would love to move. I just worry about his health.
AD?
Yeah.
But I think the upside to your team is better with him than it is with them other two.
Man, we got to come back to that.
We'll come back to that, man. Bringing the business, man. And then next episode, man, we're going to highlight these Dallas Mavericks and, you know what I'm saying, and what their team look like. And then also their chances going into the NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics. So shout out to the Mavericks for eliminating Denver last night in 5 games and moving on to the NBA Finals, man. So we're going to bring the business on that, man, and catch you up on everything that's going on with that. Business.